Knuckles Chaotix is one of the few high-profile exclusive titles for the Sega 32x and the only game to date where Knuckles the Echidna is the star. The game features many departures from the Sonic series of games. The first obvious change is that your two characters are tethered together with some sort of giant rubber band. You use this mechanic to slingshot yourself across the levels and up to higher platforms. You do have some control over your partner, including making them hold still and calling them back to where you are. Knuckles features his trademark gliding and climbing. In addition to him, there are 4 other characters to play as well. Vector the crocodile is the largest of the bunch, and like Knuckles, he can climb walls. Vector also has a lunge attack that can be done in all 4 directions. Mighty the Armadillo appears to be Sonic the Hedgehog with different ears and a color palette swap. Mighty, sadly, has no special moves. SBO the Chameleon not only climbs on walls, but can also climb on the ceiling. And finally there is Charmy B. Unlike the rest of the characters, Charmy does not have a spin dash, but effectively has unlimited flying power. Generally, all of the levels have you traversing from the bottom of the map to the top of the map, and this makes all of the climbing and flying moves incredibly well suited to the levels at hand. Speaking of the levels, there are 5 different zones to complete, each with 5 different acts. Despite wildly different color palettes and art styles, the levels all play fairly similar. The exception to this is Amazing Arena. Each act starts off with limited colors and subdued music. You must locate and turn on a hidden clock, which will completely change up the color palette and the music into something a bit more upbeat. If you reach the finish before turning on this clock, you'll have to repeat the act. The first time I played Knuckles Chaotix, I really dug it. The controls are as sharp as any other Sonic game, and I enjoyed all the moves of the new characters. Sadly, each time I play through the game, I like it a little less. The level design is actually pretty poor. They are open-ended without any real flow or progression. One level might take 50 seconds if you accidentally head in the right direction. Another level will have you wandering around for 5 minutes, wondering what you might have missed, searching for the end post. There are also very few enemies to get in your way, so it's pretty hard to die. There is no life counter either. When you die, you get sent back to the hub screen. On the hub screen, you can view your progress, select a new partner, and then go to the random level selector to start a new level. Graphically, Knuckles Chaotix really blows me away. It reminds me of the first couple of Sonic games, with bright colors and a pseudo 3D look throughout. Even more impressive is that every other level, the time of day changes, which completely alters the color palette of every act. This includes morning, day, sunset, and night. There are some very minor scaling effects as well, but nothing overly impressive. Knuckles Chaotix does throw some polygons around though. The bonus stages feature a 3D hexagon that you can race through. The goal is to collect blue spheres, and if you do, you get a Chaos Ring. These feel more like a tech demo than a fully fleshed out idea, however. For starters, the camera is very jerky, especially when the hexagon is bending left or right. In addition to being able to walk 360 degrees around the hexagon, there is some platforming here, including narrow ledges and even jumping. It's interesting to see on a Sega 32x game, but it's obviously not that impressive, even by 1995 standards. There is a second bonus level where you are falling down a pit and all of the various items scale towards you, but this is extremely lackluster. The music in Knuckles Chaotix is quite frankly awesome. Most of it is incredibly catchy, the quality is outstanding, there is a lot of depth to the compositions and features great stereo separation. It's a shame most gamers won't ever hear this. If I'm honest, I don't think the developers ever really finished Knuckles Chaotix. It feels like the developers were exploring new ideas for Sonic and getting familiar with the 32X hardware, and were forced to then release it as a game. The rubber band tethering works surprisingly well, but they were never able to actually design levels around the gimmick. Instead, it's just wide open spaces with little cohesion. And that's a shame. I can't really remember a game that looked so good, sounded so good, played so good, but failed to really deliver on the fun. I'm not saying this is a bad game, because it isn't. Even in its current state, it's better than a majority of 2D platformers from the 1990s. It just could have been so much more. 3 out of 5.